What can turn a man's wife and daughter into killers? 13 years ago, a mother and her daughter planned to kill their breadwinner. The plot was a success, but the two lost their freedom. Here's KTN's crime and investigations reporter, Denison Sirigo, with case files.
What is it that can turn a daughter and mother into killers? A story of a wife who wanted the husband dead because she wanted some peace of mind, but she ended up having none. The state versus Lucy Kamau and others. This is Case Files. This is a story of a mother and daughter sharing the same compound, the same block of cells, and serving a jail term for taking the life of a man they had called dad and husband.
Mtu wa pombe sana. Sasa unakuta ameuza busi, ng'ombe hivyo. Mamangu juu ya hasira wakapigana, akamgonga, akajikuta amemgonga na chuma ya moto, na hapo akaanguka chini akakufa.
The deceased daughter, Lucy Wanjiru Kamau, is in constant touch with her mother, Esther Wanjeri Kamau, and this has been routine since 1999 when they were arrested from Mburu village in Nakuru County. Their crime, the killing of Joseph Kamau, a man at one time worked with the government of the day, quit active civil service work and settled into business as the owner of a local bar in the town. At only 20 years old, Lucy told Case Files all was not well between her parents.
Wanagombana, hata usichana wake wote alikuwa anaishi akirudi kwao, na tuachia baba tukiwa wadogo. Babangu ameishi mtu wa pombe miaka mingi. Lakini katika hali hiyo hakuwa anamtesa katika hali ya shamba nini, lakini wakati sasa ilifika mahali anaanza kuuza vitu asisaidie nyumba yake, anaenda anakunywa pesa zake zote, anarudi nyumbani bila kitu. Mamangu akawa na hasira.
Lucy says as the only daughter in the family of 9, she was the closest to her mother. She was the person her mother turned to when her father mistreated her. At 20 years old and just out of high school, Lucy at the time worked at a local restaurant in Gilgil town, just an hour's drive to her parents' troubled home in Nakuru. Lucy claims on the 19th of March 1999, 13 years ago, she had some commotion in the house.
Sasa asubuhi moja mamangu akamka, baba akawa anakuja kitu saa 4. Wakagombana tu kwa nyumba ndani. Tukasikia duru nikiwa tu hapo nje. Nikasema ni nini? Mama akasema hata nisubua tena. Sasa akamgonga na chuma. Kulikuwa saa 4 mchana. Asubuhi hii ya saa 4 nakumbuka. Akakata roho saa hiyo.
That was the version of events according to Lucy. But when they were arrested a day after the grisly murder of Joseph Kamau, police officers investigating the murder placed both daughter and mother at the scene of the murder. A neighbor noticed blood-stained beddings, and after walking for a distance, he noticed the body of Joseph Kamau by the roadside. It could later emerge 2 people, one serving as a military officer and a night guard, were part of a murder plot. Lucy's mother, in her confession to the police, said in part, "I went to Gilgil and spent the night there so that I can meet the people who were to kill my husband. I met the guard and the army man together with my daughter Lucy. I told them I wanted to kill my husband. We agreed that I should pay them 25,000 shillings. The meeting in Gilgil was arranged by the daughter Lucy Wanjiru. She is the person who introduced her mother to the killers of the husband. But Lucy told the court, my mother had arranged to kill my father on allegations that he was mistreating her. She used to tell me she was looking for killers. One day, when she visited, she was in the company of a man I later came to learn worked as a guard. That night, the guard and the armed forces soldier traveled to Nakuru. The first day they lay in wait for Joseph Kamau, but that night he never showed up. The following day he came home drunk straight to his house. It was at this point that the deceased wife trailed him to his bedroom. Certain that he was sound asleep, went out and called the 2 killers, who then proceeded to have him eliminated. Mother and daughter wrapped his body in blankets and ferried him to a roadside. Lucy's mother came back, paid the killers 7,000 shillings, and they left. But their plot and best-kept secret could not be kept for long. A neighbor noticed blood-stained beddings, a trail of blood from the compound, and stumbled upon the body of the deceased. Lucy says she did not take part in the killing.
Akaniambia, hey, amenisumbua sana huyu. Unajua ni mimi agegonga. Nikachukua ile chuma haraka, ni mimi mwenyewe nikamgonga. Nikamwambia sasa tutafanya nini? Wewe nyamaza. Siniulize. Mimi nikakaa tu hapo nje. Kukaa tu hapo nje nikaona damu imeanza kutoka na huku. Alafu imemwagika imetoka na nje. Nikamwambia mama situitane. Tena na kuitana. Alikuwa na hasira. Nilikuwa namuogopa asinigonge hata mimi. Nikakaa tu hapo.
The courts on the other hand insisted she is not the one who killed the father, but she was an accomplice to the murder. Lucy insists she could not have killed her father. She says she was her father's favorite.
Nilikuwa nampenda hata kama nakosea mama yangu. Nilikuwa nampenda tu juu ni msasi. Sikuwa naonanga makosa yake.
The two and Peter Lengunushu, a member of the armed forces, were charged with murder. The night guard was lucky. He was never arrested and is still at large. In his ruling, Justice D.M. Remita said in part, the crime committed was a bad one and beats the common man's imagination. The deceased died a cruel death in the hands of those hired by the people who should have protected him. The daughter, she had no feelings for the father. She deserves proper punishment.
Tukiwa huku anashikawa na stress. Anasema heri angeondoka aende kwao kwa wazazi. Tunaona naendelea kusekea huku jela. Najui ni lini kwa sababu hatuna siku.
In August 2002, mother and daughter were sentenced to hang for killing one of their own. For now, Langata Women's Prison is home for the two. Next on Case Files, they were killed while on a mission to commit a robbery. His friends were killed on the spot. He survived by spending the entire night in the midst of the bodies of his colleagues. Denso Sarigo for Case Files.